The lens of the mind, how perception shapes our reality. Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of things. What you see is what you suffer. A missed flight, a harsh word, a job lost, a love unreturned. These are not what disturb us. What disturbs us is the meaning we attach to them." Epictetus understood something long before modern psychology gave it a name: cognitive framing. That our emotions are not caused by events, but by how we interpret them. This isn't denial, it's power. In this full-length Stoic reflection, we explore how our perceptions, not the world, determine our peace, our fear, our confidence, our despair, and how mastering perception is the key to mastering life. This is not a rejection of reality. It is a return to control, the only control that ever mattered, the mind. Chapter 1. The event versus the story. Something happens, then your mind explains it. The Stoics knew there are always two parts to suffering: the event, the story we tell ourselves about it. The job loss is real, but is it the end, or a new beginning? The breakup is painful, but is it a betrayal, or a redirection? Between what happens and what we feel, there is a filter, perception. Change the story, and the pain transforms. Chapter 2. The mind as interpreter. The human mind is not a camera, it is a projector. It doesn't just capture reality, it interprets it, shapes it, colors it. The Stoics taught us to beware our interpretations. They're fast, they're emotional, they're often wrong. Train the mind to pause, to say, "Wait, is this really bad? Or does it just feel bad right now?" That pause is power. Chapter 3. The power of reframing. Reframing is not lying to yourself, it's liberating yourself. When something painful happens, ask, "What can this teach me? How might this serve me? What would a stronger version of me do with this?" Reframing is how the Stoic turns poison into medicine. It's how you walk through fire and come out forged. Chapter 4. Fear is a perspective. You're not afraid of the dark, you're afraid of what you imagine is in it. You're not afraid of the meeting, you're afraid of what they might think. Fear is rarely about facts, it's about projections. The Stoic separates the fear from the event. Is this dangerous, or just uncomfortable? With clarity comes courage. Chapter 5. Anger is an interpretation. You weren't made angry, you chose anger, based on how you interpreted what happened. Someone cut you off in traffic. Did they disrespect you? Or were they rushing to a hospital? The Stoic doesn't excuse bad behavior, but he refuses to be controlled by it. You always have a choice: react or reflect. Assume the worst, or pause. That choice is where peace lives. Chapter 6. Training the inner narrator. Your mind is always narrating, telling you what things mean, whispering judgments. But most people never train this voice. The Stoic does. Through reflection, journaling, silence, they teach their mind to see clearly, respond slowly, speak truth. You don't just have thoughts. You shape them, you guide them, you train the lens through which you live. Chapter 7. Suffering without the story. Can you feel pain without making it personal? The Stoics would say yes, the broken leg hurts. But the suffering comes when you say, "Why me? This always happens. I can't take this." Pain is part of life, but the spiral, that's optional. That's narrative. Remove the story. Stay with the moment. Suddenly, you're hurting, but not hopeless. Chapter 8. Comparison is a false lens. He has more. She looks better. They're ahead. Comparison distorts reality. You don't see the full picture. You see a highlight reel, then tell yourself a story of lack. The Stoic says, focus on what is yours to control. What others do is not your concern, your lane, your path, your pace. Everything else is noise. Chapter 9. The Inner Citadel of Objectivity. Marcus Aurelius called it the inner citadel, the stronghold within, untouched by chaos. This is where the Stoic retreats when the world burns, not to escape, but to see clearly. In this place, facts matter more than fear. Perspective is anchored to principle. Emotion is acknowledged, but not obeyed. You don't need to escape the storm. You need to find the stillness within it. Chapter 10. Choosing the view that frees you at every moment. The Stoic asks, what view of this will serve my peace, my virtue, and my growth? Not the easiest view, not the most dramatic, not the one that gets sympathy, the one that frees. Because in the end, we suffer less when we judge less. We rise when we release the need to label, and we become unshakable when we see clearly. The world doesn't change, but the way we see it can, and that, Epictetus knew, is what makes all the difference.